to start off, are you aware that as a student, your personal information, including mailing addresses, email addresses, and GPAs, were shared with a third party?
No.
Had no idea.
I don't love that.
That's wild. I didn't know it was that seriously. It's crazy.
The Office of the Registrar notified students via email on Tuesday, March 26, that students' personal information, including mailing addresses, email addresses, and GPAs, were shared with a third party, the National Society of Leadership and Success, without students' knowledge. Students' GPAs are part of their academic records, which are protected under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA. Although the university's one-time release of students' GPAs could be perceived as a FERPA violation, schools only face penalty if they have a policy or practice of releasing information. According to Kristen Agostoni, Associate Director of Public Media Relations, LMU requested and received assurance from the NSLS that the records they use would be destroyed.
I think for me personally, it was a little surprising to hear because it was like a National Honor Society or something like that, I believe. So I was just kind of confused as to how that worked. It wasn't super surprising because I feel like institutions do that all the time, but it was just strange to hear from like LMU.
Honestly, like, I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised. 'Cause, like, you know, that makes sense, but that's very crazy.
I think I got an email regarding that a few weeks ago, and I think when I went back home, I had some weird mail from a National Honor Society or something like that.
We keep getting emails from them.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wow.
You know, privacy is such an important thing in our digital age, right? I figured they'd be more aware of it.
Throughout my 3 years here, I've kind of repeatedly run into issues with the school, either on part of the registrar, on part of just different policies that are in place, restrict student access to facilities and stuff like that. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but that doesn't mean it's a pleasant, realization, I guess.
Especially for cybersecurity. I mean, I've even heard from my friends that the cybersecurity protection that we have, just based on the Wi-Fi network alone, is really weak because it's just one whole Wi-Fi across the entire campus that's easily hackable or joinable or whatnot. So that doesn't surprise me, but also it's really sad.
I mean, they should definitely be held accountable, even if just one GPA released to the outside source. I mean, that's our personal information. It doesn't matter if it's continually done it or not. It's one time is bad enough, right? We need to make sure, we need to prevent it from happening again, right? Rather than just letting it slide until it becomes a problem.
I feel like LMU should be held accountable just because at the end of the day that is everyone's personal information and we have a right to whether or not that's shared with third parties. So I feel like it's important to hold LMU accountable.
Of course they should be, but I'm not surprised that they're not, because this seems like if there is a law for this, this is a common thing that's happened across universities across the nation. Not that it's nearly okay, but to get that change, or for the university to change whatever practice they're doing, that I know it's not a huge uphill battle.
I think they should be held accountable. It's like a breach of trust, even if it's once. You know what I mean? So.
I know I was very confused when I got that. I was like, what? How do they know? Who is this?
But they should at least told us or something. Been like, hey guys, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Are you okay with it? Or I don't know.
I definitely think that LMU should be held accountable, even if it's not a pattern